Hello, welcome to YLock. Today I'll be going over the 6th grade worksheet and let's start. So we're starting with the first page here. So it says name the properties shown. So there are 4 properties described right here. And these are just definitions basically. So this means 14 times in parentheses 3 plus 2. This is turning into 14 times 3 plus 14 times 2. If you know the definitions for each one, you should know that this one's the distributive property. This isn't too much about explanation, but this is a lot about answers. So I'll go over the names of the what each property does. So starting with commutative property, an example right here is here. You can reverse number 1 and number 2. So you can do 2 plus 1 equals 1 plus 2. So that's an example of commutative property. Associative property. Associative property is an example in number 4. 28 times 3 times 12 equals 28 times 3 times 12. So this, you can put the parentheses like this, or like this, any way you want, as long as they're all addition or all multiplication. None of these do not work with division. Distributive property. So example right here, like we went over it, 14 times 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2. You can either do this separately or you can use the distributive property. So you can do 14 times 3, 14 times 2. If you do not know what 14 times 5 is. Identity property of addition and multiplication. So an example of identity property is right here, number 2. Plus 0, anything plus 0 equals itself. Anything times 0 equals 0. That's the 0 property, that doesn't exist. Anything times 1, so 18, right here. 18 times 1 is going to be equal to itself. That's the identity property. And with that, you should be able to do the rest pretty easily. Next, algebraic expressions. Evaluate each expression if A is 63, B is 150, C is 7. So this is really simple. You just plug in the number wherever you see a letter. So B is 150. Let's go over number 3. You just plug this in right here. And then you rewrite it. 300 divided by, since D is 150, 150. Just do that in your head, because 150 times 2 is 300, 2. Let's go over another one. Number 9, 2A plus 4. A is 63. 2A, 63, plus 4. That's going to be 2 is 126. 126 plus 4 is 130. That's going to be your answer for number 9. Number 10. Wow, this one has 2 variables, A and B. So it's just A plus B. A is 63, B is 150. So you go down here, 63 plus 150. Do the calculations, and you get 213. That's your answer. This page is pretty simple. The others are really similar. If a number is in front of a variable, that means they're multiplied together. That's another important tip. Next, we got to find the area of the following shapes by dividing them into 2 rectangles. They are not to scale, which means don't grab a ruler and measure it. So let's try dividing it into 2 rectangles. How can we divide it? We can either divide it like this, or we can divide it like this. Right. Let's not divide it into 3. Let's just do it like this real quick, and then I'll do the others similarly. So this is going to be 4 centimeters, right? It's going to be 4 centimeters. And what is this going to be? This is going to be 9 minus the 4, because this side has to be equal to this side, right? So 9 minus 4 is going to be 5. And in the exact same logic, 3 right here, and 8. This entire side is going to be 8. This entire side is 8, even with the line not drawn. And 8 minus 3 centimeters right here is going to be 5 centimeters. These two won't always be equal, but in this case it was. So let's find the area of this part right here. This block right here is going to be 4 centimeters times 5 centimeters. That's going to be 4 times 5, 20 centimeters squared. For area, you do the units squared. Right here, 9 centimeters by 3 centimeters. It's just simple multiplication, 27 centimeters squared. You add these two because you're trying to find the total area, right? And you get 47 centimeters squared. Let's go on to the last problem then, because this one's the most difficult. So, since we divided it across the side like this time, I'll split off here, like right here. Like this. Okay, before I got interrupted. Anyway, so here we have the 5 meters. Here we have 2 meters. And this entire side, since it's parallel, since it's like the same as this is also going to be 5 meters. Right here. Right? And from that information, we know this is 2 meters. So how long is this going to be? These two have to add up to 5. It's going to be 3 meters. And that's all the information you need, actually. So let's find the area of this thing first. So this thing, it's going to be length, width times length. Length times width. It's going to be 5 times 1.5. That's going to be 7.5 meters squared. And here, right here, it's for this one. This is going to be the length, right? This thing is going to be the length. And this thing's going to be the width. So length times width, 3 times 3.5, that's going to be 10.5 meters squared. You add those two, and then you get 18 square meters. They can either be pronounced meters square or square meters. Anyway, this is the second page. Wait, no, this is the third page. So on a similar note, this is really similar. This is saying find the perimeter of the following shapes instead of finding the area. So we don't even have to divide it. We just have to know, hey, this is gonna be 8 centimeters. This thing's gonna be 8 centimeters. 8 centimeters minus 3 centimeters is gonna be 5. So 9 plus 8 plus 4 plus 5 plus 3. If you do all that calculation, it's gonna be 34. It's not gonna have a square because it's just the perimeter, side lengths. Alright, this one's kind of different. Number 4. So this is gonna be 1.5 and this is gonna be 3.5. This is gonna be 1.5, 3.5. So these two are going to equal this thing. So 1.5 plus 3.5. That's going to be 20. No, it's not. Over calculating myself. That's going to be 5. So that's going to be 5. So 5 plus 5. 5 plus 5 plus 3.5 plus 1.5. These two, like I said, they're 5. So 5 plus 5 plus 5. 15 plus 2, 17 units. But we didn't calculate this thing. Oh. This plus this thing is going to have to equal 5. So 2 plus something is equal to 5. What's that something? It's going to be 3. So 17 plus 3, 20 meters. Anyway, that's going to be the second to last page. And the last page, there's nothing. Apparently. Well, there are 5 pages, so I thought there'd be 5 pages of problems. But I guess not. Thank you. Bye.